course, the race for the White House neck and neck tonight. Vice President Kamala Harris just 0.4 percentage points ahead of former President Trump in our Decision Desk HQ national polling average. Now, at this point, the race, which has completely turned on its head in the past month, is effectively a toss-up. We have full team coverage of both sides. NewsNation correspondent Mills Hayes following the Trump campaign tonight. And Mills, we understand this was a big fundraising weekend for Trump.
Hey, Natasha, it definitely was. The Trump campaign says that they raised $28 million over the weekend. And Republican VP nominee J.D. Vance defending his and former President Trump's record today. Vance covering a range of topics from the former president's kind words about Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Vance even addressed his controversial childless cat lady comments. Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance defending former President Trump's high praise for Russia's Vladimir Putin and China's Xi Jinping.
I think that President Trump gets along with world leaders.
Last year, former President Trump described China's leader as, quote, smart, brilliant, and perfect, and that he ruled China with an iron fist. Trump laid on the praise for Putin in 2022, calling Russia's notorious leader genius and savvy following Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
There's nothing wrong with him complimenting them as people if it makes him more effective diplomatically.
Brennan interjected, suggesting Trump's comments are different than walking in and laying down the law to Xi Jinping.
Oh, no, it's not actually, because you're better able to lay down the law like President Trump did if you actually have a good relationship with people and they trust you to follow your word.
In another sit down, Vance attacked Vice President Harris, saying her campaign mischaracterized what he said about single women in a 2021 interview.
The Harris campaign has frankly lied about what I actually said. I'm pro-family. I want us to have more families, and obviously sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes for medical reasons, sometimes because you don't meet the right person. But the point is that our country has become anti-family in its public policy. We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies.
On the topic of abortion, Vance addressed the former president's remarks last week on mifepristone, a pill used for more than 60% of abortions, after Trump hinted that he was open to restricting the drug.
His goal is not to block mifepristone, it's to let states make the decision on abortion policy. Now, of course, that does mean, Dana, we have to be honest about this, that California might have less restrictive rules than Ohio, which might have less restrictive rules than Alabama.
The vice presidential candidate also called out racist attacks targeting his wife, Usha Vance, after a white supremacist questioned her Indian heritage.
If these guys want to attack me or attack my views, my policy views, my personality, come after me, but don't attack my wife. She's out of your league.
Trump will be taking to X on Monday with an interview with CEO Elon Musk. The powerful billionaire says that he will fully endorse the former president.
Mills Hayes with all of that. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.